Can I ask you to give these cards a quick mix, a quick shuffle?
Quick shuffle.
Anything that mixes the cards is fine.
Right.
And if you want to give the cards a few cuts, anything is fine. That's a great job.
It's not best. Oh, I just kind of
Ruining a deck of
Well,
cards.
I
That's
just-
okay. That's how I justify charging you an additional $250 for the
I'm
deck.
not good with cards.
No, I can see that. What I'd like you to do is name any card you want in the deck. You can name any card, but make it a number card, not a picture card.
A number card?
Yes, a number card.
Okay, a 10.
A 10 of?
Diamonds.
10 of diamonds. They call that card Big Casino. That's a nickname for that. We're going to do a trick with the 10 of diamonds. But in a moment, when I start this trick, you're just going to say, well, you know what? You had a full deck full of 10s of diamonds. You can see I don't, but we're going to make this one unique by having you sign your name across the face of the card. So take this pen, sign your name across the face of the card. Really big letters. You're doing a great job. Now, you know I didn't write that on another 10 of diamonds, right?
No, that's
Or excuse me, I had a 3-year-old write this on another card. I didn't have that, right?
No.
All right, that's okay. Then if you see this again, you know it has to be yours.
Yeah,
Now, do you play cards at all?
No, not really.
Not really. Those are the ones you got to watch out for, not really. I'm going to take that 10, shuffle it into the deck, give the cards a quick cut, so nobody knows exactly where that 10 is. You know, but if I needed that 10 to win a lot of money in a game, and it wasn't on the top of the deck, and it wasn't on the bottom of the deck, I'd probably just cheat. Watch. No matter where that 10 is in the deck, if I just tap the top of the deck, it should come back to the top. Now, we know it's yours because it's got your name on it. Let's try that again. You look confused. I'm going to take that 10. I'm going to leave it in the center of the deck. In it goes. Now, remember, it's not on the top. It's not on the bottom. But if I needed it to win a lot of money, I'd probably just tap the top of the deck, bring it right back to the top. That way I can just deal it to myself fairly. Let me try this again. Watch. I'll slow it. Wait, I'll slow it down for you. I'm going to take that 10. I'm going to leave it in the center. And it looks like you understand the in it goes part.
Yeah.
Just not the up it comes part. Can you turn that over? That's all right. I tell you what, you're doing a great job. Let me slow this down for you, though. I was joking earlier. Let me really slow this down. I'm going to take that signed 10 of diamonds, the one that's got your signature all over it. I'm going to place that 10 in the center of the deck. I'm going to place all of this in the center. So I'm in the center of the center. You cannot get much more in the center. Both of you are doing a great job of watching that card as it dissolves into the deck. So there's no way possible it could come back to the top. Obviously, because I haven't tapped yet. Watch, it's when I tap that it comes up to the top. All right, I tell you what. Can you help me? Can you help me out with this? Just help me out, please. Watch, I'm going to take that signed 10 of diamonds. I'm going to leave it in the center of the deck. And remember, it's not on the top. It's not on the bottom. Can you just tap for me? Do you think it works? With the deck in my hands, it'll always work. Now, this time, one last time. I'm going to take that 10, leave it sticking out of the center of the deck. Now, if we were playing poker, I'd probably already have that 10. I'd probably already have that 10. And I'd probably already, you could have named any card you wanted in the deck, right? Now, I don't need any of those. I want this one, the 10 of diamonds with your signature on it, the one that's in the middle of the deck. Now, I'm going to cut it down so it's even farther down in the deck, all right? So if I deal myself the top card of the deck right now, I get the 8 of diamonds. Now, I don't need the 8 of diamonds, but I'm going to use that 8 of diamonds to tap in your card. I'm not even touching your card. There's no way I could manipulate that card if I'm not even touching it. So there's no way possible that I could get that 10 back to the top of the deck. You know, I find it interesting how whenever I finish performing a show, people come up afterwards and I guess they feel compelled to tell me their theories on how I'm doing a lot of these tricks. I've been accused of just about everything. People think I have inkjet printers under the table that I can print people's cards with their signatures on. Since my sleeves are rolled up, people accuse me of hiding cards in my tie. I had a guy, I can't make this up, said I had magnetic inserts in my palms and steel playing cards. I had an 8-year-old kid accuse me of signing my soul over to the devil. He was 8. He's the only one that got it right. But I had a guy the other day who would not stop about the fact that he knew it was a trick table. So I actually created, I know, right? I created this trick in case I ever see that guy again. So can you do me a favor?
Sure.
I'm going to spread through these cards, and I want you to take out any number card that you want. No jacks, queens, or kings. Any one that you want. Don't let me see it. That's important. You can tell that she doesn't trust me, but I can tell by the way she picked it out. Now, I want you, the reason I wanted a number card is so that your signature shows up better. Take this and just sign your name on the face of the card. Don't let me see it, okay? There's no way I could possibly know what card she just picked out of the deck.
No.
And that's fine. And I want you to, you've got your name on it?
Yes.
Great. Drop your card back in the middle of the deck more or less. And I just want to make sure the camera gets a chance to see it. Same thing, Hannah. I want to make sure you can see that card. And Krista, can you help me out? I want you to push that card back in the deck the rest of the way yourself. Go, just push it the rest of the way in. Now, this only works if it's exactly in the right place on the table. And that looks just about as good enough to me as any. You remember your card, right?
Yes.
Now, I want everybody to watch, but more importantly, I want everybody to listen. Because it's in this instant, one card travels through the table. What card did you pick?
8 of hearts.
8 of hearts. And it has your name on it, right?
Oh my god.
Oh, no, please. Don't be impressed. It's just a trick table. It's just a trick table. It's okay. Let me try that again, but this time I'm going to ramp it up, okay?
Okay.
Make it a little bit more difficult for myself. I'm going to take that 8 of hearts that's got your handwriting all over it.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that 8 of hearts more or less. I mean, that's about the center of the deck. I'll place all that in the center. So I'm in the center of the center. It's trapped in the middle of the deck. I said I was going to take it a step farther. I'm going to place all of the cards back in the card case. I'm going to seal the case. Krista, can you hold out your hand like this over the table? Because I want you to rest your hand on top of the case just like this. Don't push yet.
Okay.
I want everybody to watch, but more importantly, I want everybody to listen because it's in this instant.
Oh my god.
All 50, are you okay? All 52 cards travel right through the table. All 52 cards. You know, the deck feels a little light. It feels like there's one card missing.
Oh my god.
What card did you pick again?
8 of hearts.
The only card that did not travel through the deck
Oh my
is the 8
God.
of hearts.
Oh my god.
And you know what? You can have this as a souvenir. That is for you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. And that's for you too.
Oh my god.
That's my favorite trick so far.
Unbelievable.
How did you do that?
Can you keep a secret?
Yeah.
Yes, so can I.
Well, oh.
I'd like to do one more trick if that's okay. And I want to use a brand new deck of cards. And we'll consider this the last trick of the evening. So I'd like to thank you all for helping me out. And I don't know when's the last time you opened up a brand new deck of cards, but brand new decks always come with some junk cards and the jokers and such. So we'll get rid of those. And I also have to give the cards a couple shuffles because brand new decks always run with the ace through king, and all the suits are organized. And I want to give the cards a couple shuffles to break that up. And John, you know that after you shuffle the cards, what are you supposed to do?
Cut.
You always cut the cards because that keeps things honest. So John, can you cut about half the cards over, just like it's done in a game? Good, and complete the cut? Excellent. And that should be enough to break up that new deck sequence. That's what we call it. Now, John, are you familiar with the ranks of hands at all?
Yes.
As a matter of fact, they're all written right here. Like 2 pair, 3 of a kind, right? I'd like to show you something I do to make sure every time I sit down to play poker, I end up a winner. I certainly don't deal myself 4 aces every hand. That'll be too sensational. I don't want it to be obvious that I'm cheating. So all I have to do is deal myself hands that are slightly better than my opponents. So to stay sharp, I practice cutting to all of the hands from lowest to highest. And John, I might ask you to read some of those hands off for me because they're all listed there from lowest to highest. And they list all of the hands, but they also list the odds. But the odds apply to straight poker, it's called. And that means that deuces aren't wild. So I'm not going to waste your time cutting to deuces. So John, what is the lowest ranking hand that you can have in poker?
No pair, high card.
No pair or high card. And if I'm going to play a high card, I'm going to play an ace. Now let's assume for a second that you're playing high card. What is the next highest ranking hand?
A pair.
A pair. I think there's a pair of 5s right about here. So let's assume that we're playing poker and you're playing a pair of 5s. If you're playing 1 pair, I'm going to play
2 pair.
2 pair. And if I'm not mistaken, there should be a pair of 4s right about here.
No.
And there should be a pair of 6s right about here. You're starting to see the pattern, right? Now, the next highest ranking hand is 3 of a kind. But John, what are the odds of getting 3 of a kind?
3 of a kind is 1 in 50.
1 in 50. I mean, honestly, who has time for odds like 1 in 50? Now, the secret to this is knowing where all this stuff is before I cut to it. And do you remember when I spread the cards across the table to make sure that the deck was mixed? You know what I was really doing? I was finding hands like 3 of a kind and 2 pair and a pair. because hands like those will occur naturally even in a shuffled deck. But the next highest ranking hand is
Straight.
a straight. A straight is, say for example, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in order. A straight is a little bit more difficult to find in a shuffled deck because really it's unlikely that you're going to find 2 through 6 in order in a shuffled deck. It's more likely you're going to find a straight in fragments. In other words, you might find a 2 and a 5 right about here. You might find a 3 and a 6 right about here, which means now I have to cut exactly 28 cards from the top of the deck to find that 4. So you can see a straight is it's a lot more difficult to find. Now getting that straight to the top of the deck is really only half the work. If I want that straight in my hand, I have to stack the deck. And that means that I'm going to cut that straight into the deck, but I'm still keeping track of it. I'm going to give the cards a couple shuffles, and I'm going to stack the deck for a 3-handed game of draw poker. That way, when I deal, I should receive the straight. And, you know, the player at the first position didn't get much of anything of any value. I think he got a pair of 8s and a jack high, if I'm not mistaken. The player at the second position didn't get much of anything. I don't even think he got a pair. But you can see that I ended up getting this. That's the straight. You know, if you're 1 card off with this, you can end up giving your opponent a really strong hand. I can't believe I gave him the straight. John, what is the next highest ranking hand that beats a straight?
Flush.
A flush. And that's the one where all the cards are the same suit, right? I even gave myself the ace-high flush, just in case anyone else was playing a flush. And do you know what the odds are of getting a flush?
1 in 500.
1 in 500, you're right. And you know, some people make those odds more favorable by playing deuces wild, but really, I'm not going to waste your time cutting to deuce. I mean, really, playing deuces wild is for amateurs. Now, on that last hand, I dealt my opponent a strong hand on purpose. Why would I deal my opponent a strong hand? I did that on purpose because as long as I deal myself a hand that's slightly stronger, it not only guarantees that I'm going to win the hand, it guarantees I'm going to win the most money. So for this next hand, that's exactly what I did. I just stacked the deck so that the player at the first position will receive the next highest ranking hand, which is after
Full house?
a full house. Good, yes, exactly. Now, the first thing this player is going to do when he sees his kings full of queens, he's going to reach for his wallet. But so will this player because he's playing the next highest ranking hand, 4 of a kind, 4 sevens with an ace-high kicker. This player will certainly have all his money on the table because he's playing a straight flush 8 through queen of hearts. But don't worry, I'll have all my money on the table too because I saved the best for last. A royal flush in spades.